This is my menu for the day, and I happen to have the formatting so that breakfast is on page 1, lunch is on page 2, and dinner's on page 3. There are a lot of ways to change the format, and you do that by looking to the left-hand side. The upper portion here in this pull down just gives you different views, so you can view breakfast only, lunch only, and so on. Just going to look at these different ones. We do have an order ticket, and these order tickets are going to be for your table slips in your dining room or your room sheet. I have a separate tutorial, so click on the little bubble in the bottom right hand corner and click on the tutorial and watch that for the order ticket. Back to changing the formatting of today's menu. Below the pull down here are things you can do to change the settings. And you can experiment and see some presets that we have done for you. You just do the pull down here, and there's going to be different choices here to try. So maybe I'd like to show lunch and dinner on a single page with no categories. Now, anytime that we switch our preset, it's going to ask us if we want to save our changes, and I recommend you do that. So you can say save, and we can give it, this is my favorite format, and we can save it. Now, you can delete these favorites that you've done, and for instance, I had one here called Format A. I can edit it more, the title, or I can just go ahead and delete it. So we have saved our favorite format here, and then let's go look at another one we might do. We could do breakfast, lunch, and dinner on a single page and no categories. And I've saved what I did before, and we'll go ahead and proceed anyway. And over here are elements that we can manipulate: document, logo, date, title, and so on. If you see to the left of an icon a down arrow, it just means it's going to expand and contract the list. So you can go to any of these and expand and contract the list. Also, every element will have a little cog to the right when you hover over it. So I click on the cog, and these are the things that I can do to manipulate the document as a whole. Now, sometimes it gets confusing on what you're manipulating. I like to turn the border on and off. I'm just going to turn the border off on this one, pretend we didn't have it on. And if I was doing a document, I click on the border and I can see everything inside that will manipulate as you change these things. We'll turn that cog off. Maybe I don't want the title here, so I can just turn this check mark off and it'll remove the title. Let's go to menu and click on the cog. Now maybe I'm not sure what it means by menu, what it's going to manipulate, so I'm going to turn that border on just temporarily so I can look at it. So it's going to do all of that. And again, I could change what I wanted to. Maybe I'd like to have it all underlined and see it and underline everything within that box. I'll go ahead and turn that border off. Let's go to our meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Maybe I don't want to see breakfast, so we'll turn that off. And let's go to lunch. Let's just double check what it's going to change. We'll put a border around it. And so that's going to change everything in there. And maybe I just want to make this bigger. So let's go ahead and make this 150. And just click anywhere else in this little gray area and it'll resize it for me. I'll turn that border back off. So explore these and play with these. Sometimes you'll see two or three other items you can do within this element. So I could change my label. Now this is a lunch label, so again I can turn the border on, just double check what it's going to do. And maybe I'd like to make this red, and go ahead and save that. I'll turn that border off. So play with these, just open and close them and see what each one does. And sometimes when you, like this categories, I'm not listing categories here, but when I turn the cog on and I look at the border, nothing happens because I don't have any categories right now. And so that's another way to tell if it's going to do things as you need them. This tutorial is for our standard formatting. We do have another format that we call the enhanced formatting. So if you like to do half folds and maybe have one side of your menu be your regular menu and the other side be your always available menu, or maybe you want to do columns, let us know that, and we can switch your formatting tools to be enhanced. And this is the tutorial for the standard formatting.